The category is Fashionista realness. Because when it comes to this Fashionistas, it's the 195, the wheelchair. I mean, the fashion in here is really disturbing. Because let me get this straight. Fashionistas is supposed to be someone who is into fashion, okay? So someone who watched the trend, what is in, what is out. It is nothing in here that calls for fashion. White and blue shirt, check shirt with a symmetrical palm tree, and this plain orange short with this white sneakers and the watch. Nah. I'm not buying this. This is not Fashionistas, okay? It should be rebranded at some point because let's be fair. 50 years ago, Barbie provided some great outfits, some great fashion, but in here we have now MGA who is running here. And when it comes to fashion, Rainbow High, they're doing the job here. It's edgy, it can be avant-garde, it can be haute couture. So, no. Rebrand this Fashionistas because what they provide here is great head sculpt, face mold that comes in different shapes, different skin tone, different hairstyles, and that's okay. But nah, I'm not buying Fashionistas. So I'm getting this one because he comes with the Made to Move body, which is kind of cool. For maybe 25 euros I pay this one. 25 euros for a Made to Move body and a head, I'm up for this. Because even the head sculpt, the face mold, he gave me this sort of twink vibe, and I'm really loving this. I'm really loving him. He have this green eyes, this haircut that is really, really amazing. I'm more of a rooted hair guy, but when it comes to this short with this hairstyle, I don't mind molded. He really is good looking. Okay, let's get this outfit off now for a moment. And I realized that my body came with some damage. Above the underwear, when you can see the upper leg as well. And there is a little scratch on the chest, but well. Now let's remove everything. I'm using this round makeup cotton and just apply some acetone. It's a nail polish remover that I'm using. It contains acetone in it, so that might help. So yeah, removing the eyes. I saw someone doing okay, this might take a bit longer than expected. You know what? When I see that when I'm doing this, I realize that don't count on me when it comes to pixelated eyes, because as I heard that pixelated is way harder to remove when it comes to repaint or a face up. Anyway, let's go a bit faster in here because we're not going to waste time on that part.
I was born to be free.
Here we go. The makeup is removed. I kind of still have some paint on the hair, but well, whatever. I did my best in here, okay? So no judgment. And when you see it and painted, I really enjoy the face. All the detail that they have, yeah, I'm loving it. The hair have some details as well on the side, and that might be really good for what I have in mind. While removing the paint on the face, I decided to spray the body with a layer of MSC Mr. Super Clear Flat UV Cut. It will be way easier for the blushing. Today's assistant is going to be Marcus. He is a YMI doll that I repainted, and you can see the process on my Instagram page. And he is going to be my assistant today, so enjoy! For the blushing, nothing new. Dry, soft pastel. I'm using dark brown that I'm gonna mix with neutral brown somehow. Yeah, because I'm a bit afraid that it might be too harsh if I use only the dark brown, When it comes to blushing a body like this, it's really fun and easy because the body isn't flat, there is some shape in it, so it's kind of easier to just apply the soft pastel here and there to make sure that it's gonna pop out the muscles. It's gonna be more realness somehow, I don't know what's the word for that, but it just brings some life in the body, which I am looking for. That being said, I just realized something when I'm doing this is Barbie can have a tall body, she have a petite body, she have a curvy articulated body. But when it comes to the Ken, we only have this basic body when it comes to the Made to Move. There is a curvy guy with the 5 points of articulation, but we never had one with articulation, I'm just, thinking about that out loud, but I would love to have a Made to Move curvy Ken doll. Just for a change, or a petite or a tall, I don't know, just like the Barbie have. Now that the darker tone is made, I am gonna use some beige to highlight some part of the body, like on the six-pack, on the chest, and every area possible, just to give some highlights in that body shape. As I said earlier, one thing that I love about blushing this kind of detailed body is it's really easier to just follow the curve and to bring out some lights and shadow when it comes to the muscles, because I didn't pay that much attention when it comes to biological or physics in anatomy when I was in school, so the shape of the different muscles might not be that good. But I must admit that when it comes to blushing the body, when you use your brush, you know exactly where you have to go, and it makes the job so easier. Once the body is completely blushed, I am gonna just spray a layer of Mr. Super Clear and wait for it to dry. And here comes my assistant. Thank you, dear. While it's drying, I am gonna try to blush as well the head sculpt, because he already have the first layer of Mr. Super Clear, so I'm just going to start with the blushing. When it comes to blushing a face, I highly recommend to watch some tutorial about contouring. It really helps you to redesign or reshape the face sculpt, the face mold. Some of the tutorial that you find have some guideline where to put the pink blush, where to put the darker tone, the high, I don't know what it's called, high tone? The lighter tone, whatever. So yeah, use some references and you can find this, and it's pretty helpful to blush the head. When it comes to blend it, I either use a blank brush that has no paint or no pastel on it, or a Q-tip. I mean, it's up to you, but I like to use both of them. It really helps to blend all different shades. I was about to spray a layer of Mr. Super Clear, but then I realized I might as well just draw a guideline for the eyebrow, for the eyes as well, so that way I can just spray and it will be already done, you know? So once it's done, I fixed it with Mr. Super Clear, thank you assistant, and get back in here once it's dry to create the hairline that I want. Since it has this kind of undercut spirit, I thought of doing a blend somehow, like a different layer. We call it in French un dégradé, but I don't know what's the word in English. Anyway, so it's gonna be dark above and then kind of fade into a lighter tone, if that makes sense. Well, you'll see. And for that I'm using dry pastel, soft dry pastel, the black one of course. Back to the body, while we're waiting for the head to have the spray of Mr. Super Clear and have it dry, it's time to get back to the body. So we're gonna do the hands and the feet blush because I kind of forgot to do it earlier, so you know, it's never too late, that's what they say, so let's do it. And while I'm here, I might as well just take the moment to add more depth when it comes to the collarbone and to the chest. Because here's the thing, when you use Mr. Super Clear, you never know exactly how it will look like, you know, when the varnish is dry. Sometimes it just fade everything, sometimes it pops out. I'm never sure. Okay, so now let's back to the head. Since I have already drawn the eyebrow, I'm gonna just brush and use some dry pastel because I want him to have black eyebrow, maybe thick eyebrow. Since I've already drawn the eyebrow line, and use a watercolor pencil to draw the outline, you know, of the brow because I want him to have sort of a thick eyebrow somehow, if that makes sense again, you know.
I was born to be free.
And now the most complicated part. When I'm doing repaint, the thing that I'm most likely afraid of is the lips. Especially when it comes to a man's lips, because it can easily turn out to be red lipstick. And finding the good color is really just a pain in the butt. So what I thought I'm gonna do is using again a watercolor draw a line and just gonna, blend it. Now time to define the eyes, and I wanted to give him some sassy attitude kind of look, like side eyes.
I was born to be free.
So I'm gonna use a watercolor pencil to draw the eye line and make sure that I know exactly where I want it to be. And while I'm here, before using Mr. Super Clear, I might as well get back on the hair and draw the line so it's gonna be a bit darker and darker and darker, so we really see the fade of his hair. I am mixing watercolor pencil and soft pastel to make sure that I have this effect that I'm looking for. And back again for the Mr. Super Clear layer. While drying, I'm getting back to the hands and add some paint for the nails. And before having this layer of Mr. Super Clear, I thought I'd give him some tattoo because he is going to be queer coded. So I've seen a tattoo that I really love. It is like the, the heartbeat when you go to the hospitals and it have a heart in the middle and it has the color of the rainbow flag. So I'm going to go for that. You know the drill, Mr. Super Clear again. Back to the head, I'm gonna make some more details, which is painting the white, the iris, and get a little bit more details on the head.
I was born to be free.
And before spraying a layer of Mr. Super Clear, I am applying the first coat of a white color because I want him to have some bleach blue shades hair color. So I'm painting in white, so the first layer is done, and then I can come back later on to apply more depth and highlights in it. Once it's done, he can receive another layer of Mr. Super Clear. And we're back with the body to add some more details when it comes to the tattoo. As you can probably see or not see, that's why I said earlier, when you use Mr. Super Clear, you never know how it will look. That's one thing that I really hate about that. I finish the tattoo and then here we go again, Mr. Super Clear. Now back to the head, I am gonna focus a bit more on the hair, so I'm mixing a lot of white paint and some blue, light blue as well, to have this base color that I'm going to use for the hair. And while I'm here, I'm gonna also add some more details when it comes to the makeup, which is painting the eyelashes, the eye contour, a little bit on the eyebrow as well. And once it's done, another layer of Mr. Super Clear. Okay, so I'm getting a bit close up so you can actually see more what is going on, because I've added some beauty mark and it wasn't really showing. So now you can see a bit more details when it comes to his makeup. I'm applying a light blue for the iris to have some more depth in it. Now we're gonna use some white to have a more like light reflection on the eyes. And add some lashes. And we're good for another layer of Mr. Super Clear. So, now we're gonna do what we call a wash. Basically, it means that you have lots of water and a tiny amount of paint. You mix it all together and you just apply them. As you probably have noticed on the hair, it is sculpted. That means that there is some volume going on, and to make sure that I have it well done, to have more depth in it, I'm gonna use this washing techniques so it can go down to the little curve and have some more depth. I secured the makeup with this round cotton, use an elastic to maintain it in place, and just apply the wash. I remove the excess and I get back. Now I just have to wait for him to dry. Once it's dry and use a Mr. Super Clear layer, I'm gonna use the technique of the dry brush to highlight what is on top. While I'm in here, I thought of giving him some ear piercing. I'm gonna use this little thing here. Just split it. And pop it in the ear. Here. close this. Now I'm gonna cut the excess. Okay, so I kind of ruined yeah, here you can see I kind of ruined the Mr. Super Clear, but I'm gonna apply another layer because it's the end. So last coat, and this is it. So the jeans, I don't remember where he come from, but it's someone on Instagram, and the jacket that you're looking at is from Atelier Chirama. Big shout out to them, by the way. Thanks again for watching. The next video is going to be about all the equipment that I'm using for my toy photography and my doll photography, so make sure to subscribe because you don't want to be just a viewer, you want to support, right? So you don't like and just subscribe. You know, that's how it works. So thanks again for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to get updates on when the video is going to be online. So yeah, see you soon.